I'm Jessica Stutzman, and this is the Millcreek Government Channel. Today, we are joined by Millcreek's Public Safety Liaison, Township Supervisor Kim Clear. In today's show, we will be covering the upcoming solar eclipse and how our residents can best prepare for this unprecedented event. Kim, thank you so much for being here at the MGC studio.
Yes, I love being here.
Yes. Well, we are happy to have you here, and again, to talk about the solar eclipse, because this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Oh, absolutely. We are so excited that Erie, Pennsylvania is going to be one of the locations where you are going to best see the eclipse. It actually is the only location in Pennsylvania where you are going to be able to see the eclipse. So we have people planning on coming in here from anywhere from New Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and of course throughout the state.
Yeah, absolutely. And so this is unlike the 2017 eclipse that
Correct.
came through.
Yes. You are right about that. So in 2017, it was a partial eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually set to be a full eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And they estimate that this won't be happening again for over a century.
Okay, so with the total eclipse, we're in the path of totality. I know that Buffalo is going to see it, Cleveland's going to see it,
Correct.
all the way down to Meadville.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Ish.
Yeah.
The best viewing area is going to be really at the Erie County line.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, the best view is going to be the closer you are to the lake.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, if you are even on West Grandview, West 54th Street, you are going to have such a view of the totality.
And the upcoming eclipse, how long will it last?
It actually only lasts 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
It is set to start at 2:02 p.m. in the afternoon, and then actually end at 4:40. But the totality is only 3 minutes. It's 3:16 to 3:19.
Okay.
So it's quick.
It is.
Don't blink.
Yeah, and so I wanted to, talk about, there's a lot of planning that we've been doing on the back end
Yes.
for months. And I think when we all first heard about the eclipse, we thought, this is obviously really fantastic. This is a great tourist attraction. And then that comes with safety procedures and unprecedented volumes of tourists.
Yes.
So tell me what have you been preparing for? What meetings have you been involved in?
So it was funny because I will never forget, Chief Mook sent me an email, and I want to say it was March of 2023, and the email said, we have an eclipse that will be on April 8th, we have to get ready. And he was under the impression from his email he got that it was going to be within a few weeks. And I was like, what's happening? And then he got clarification, and then we realized how big of a deal this is, and that's why we've been planning for an entire year. Visit Erie has been absolutely on the ball with making sure all of our entities, governmental entities, our hospitality industry, all of our employment and our largest employers are all knowing what's going on, and they're all helping to facilitate. So we've been meeting for about a year with Visit Erie and John Oliver and his team, and they've done such a fantastic job. They actually came up with the ultimate sunblock here, and which is super cool. The once-in-a-lifetime event on April 8th at 3:16. So I'm really, they've done such a fantastic job of keeping everybody organized. So yeah, we've been meeting, but really it's come to the traffic, the visitors coming in. We have really focused on the amount of visitors because it could be anywhere between 50,000 to 200,000.
And where does that number come from? How do we know? How do we know that?
That's a great question. We asked the same thing. When there in 2017 during the partial eclipse, or where there was a total eclipse, we actually did interviews as our large group with Visit Erie too. We were all involved in doing interviews with a lot of these other municipalities that were hosting these kind of events. And so really we've been getting our numbers from the 2017 event and the amount of people that really, they go out to find and they make this as a part of like a yearly trip for themselves, or every 5 years or every 10 years, like they travel to go to these events. And,
wow.
And yeah, so I think that has been pretty exciting. It was a little overwhelming at first. All of us were, not prepared that it was going to be this big of a deal, But I think that honestly, it came down to traffic. We have to plan for the visitors coming in. Where are they going to go? How are they going to get there? do we have emergency vehicles that are going to be able to get to those people in need? And what is the traffic flow going to look like? Some of these other municipalities from other areas in 2017 talked about 12-hour standstills on highways.
Yeah.
So, we have been focusing on getting onto 79 and 90. What is that going to look like? Because as you said, Cleveland and Buffalo both have views of the totality as well.
Right.
So they're all going to be going on I-90. So we have to prepare for that and just be ready to move the traffic along.
Right. And I think of, I have a little kid, so when I think of 12-hour traffic jams, I think of food, water, blankets, going to the bathroom. How are we going to get all that done if I'm stuck in a 12-hour traffic jam?
Yes.
And so with that, what places maybe do we want to tell our residents to avoid?
Yes. I think that the major intersections of 26th, getting onto I-79 down by the Bayfront, the Bayfront itself, Presque Isle, I would stay away from those. I would also want to stay away from 26th, getting onto 79. I would stay away from Interchange. And Upper Peach Street. Also that 79 exit as well. And the exit getting onto 90, whether it be from 79 or off of Peach Street. Those are definitely going to be congested. The most congested, if not also Route 97 getting onto 79, Route 97 getting onto 90, and even Route 8 getting onto 90 could be congested, as well as Sterretania getting onto 90.
Okay, and so with, again, all of the traffic congestion, we know that. What are our different departments, police department, fire departments? What is everybody doing to get ready and be prepared?
So we are staggering our shifts in our police department and our fire department, and we have all hands on deck for the 8th. We are making sure that we are going to be available. We are working, of course, with the County 911 Center and Chief Spizzarni in the city to coordinate where we are going to keep our officers in order to direct traffic. We have fire police as well to be doing that. And we need to keep traffic flowing. So that's really going to be our big focus.
Right.
They are going to be stationed at some of the lights as well. We've been working with our Public Works Department and our engineer on making sure that our lights are going to be moving along to keep traffic moving. So it's even come down to those details.
Yeah, and then, I think I've been involved in some of the internal conversations that we've had, and it seems like, again, our residents wouldn't do this, but that out-of-town visitors might just, if totality is coming and you're stuck on the road, they just might start pulling over.
Yes.
And kind of pulling onto the berm and kind of
That's a
causing
danger.
backups that way. And I think, we are taking all of those factors into consideration.
PennDOT is actually going to be putting out signage, and even Lamar has even offered to put signage up for everyone to be able to get notice, do not pull over.
Yes.
Keep moving along, go to a location, do not pull over on the side of the road
Great.
in order to see totality.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to be able to get our emergency vehicles where they need to go.
Exactly.
But yeah, so, honestly, our big message is, the best view is from your backyard. When you are thinking about maybe checking on a senior or an elderly family member, think about the traffic that you're going to most likely come in contact with, especially between the hours of 1 and probably 6 o'clock. And so I think, really the closer concentrated you get to that 3 o'clock mark, the more difficult it's going to be. Do grocery shopping, maybe the day before or the day after. But make sure that you, are picking up your child and be aware that, you may be stuck in traffic, or does the daycare know that you can't leave until 4:30 and you may be in traffic. Try to get people to know that there may be delays.
Right.
And then maybe stay off the road. But the best view is from your backyard.
Best view is from your backyard.
That's the big message.
Yeah, and to having children maybe at a daycare center, the schools.
Yes.
The schools are going to be closed.
Most schools are closed.
Okay.
We did an early contact with those at the end of last year and then the beginning of this year. And a few of the schools are 12 noon. They'll be done. So yeah, they'll be out early anyway. So we should we should be able to accommodate as long as we can keep most of our people off of the road. I think some of our service industries as well, I think are trying to make it a holiday so that you don't have to, maybe you may not get something picked up that day. And they're waiting for a different day just to make sure that they're off the road too.
Yeah, and then so speaking again to that particular day, if you have any unnecessary appointments.
Oh, yes.
Probably should cancel those.
Yes, yes.
And then if we have somebody who needs a caregiver, make sure that your caregiver can come and go, or that you have somebody in place to take care of an elderly or aging parent, right?
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, yes. Just make sure that that you have a plan in place for the just in case, because we don't know what'll happen. I think one of the big misconceptions too is that if we do get a cloudy day on April 8th, you know, what's going to happen? We have been assured from people that have spoken to our large group that's been organized through the Visit Erie organization that no, even if it's cloudy, we will have totality.
So Kim, how should people safely view the eclipse?
You know, I think we want to make sure that people are not looking at this with their naked eye. That is something that we want to make sure we are hitting home. And the best way is with the glasses. So I didn't bring mine today, and I'm so sorry, but they are your total eclipse glasses, and they are the way to safely watch the eclipse happening. And you can get those from gas stations, grocery stores, a lot of stores even around the area have them right now. I believe online you can get them. So, but I know that there will be some local businesses giving them away too. So
that's
yes,
wonderful.
Yes.
And it's my understanding too, and I know this is kind of strange and awkward to put it this way, but you shouldn't even use the eclipse glasses to stare through your phone to take pictures.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Your phone, we have been told this too by some people through Visit Erie in other areas that have had eclipse, that even when you put your phone up, looking at it through the phone can also do damage to the eye.
Okay.
So we have to be very, very careful, especially with our young children, that we properly wear these glasses, and just so that we can limit the damage that could be done.
And then let's talk about messaging. Some of the messaging that we've put out either through the Millcreek Township calendar or through the magazine. I want to direct residents, again, if you haven't received any of these documents from the township, there has been lots of messaging. We've been thinking about the eclipse for a very long time.
Yes.
And
we have a 2-page spread. This is some of the best information I think that our residents, or any Erie County resident, to be very honest with you, Jess, can use. You know, just about what to think about that day, how to get ready for it. Again, reminders of changing appointments, making sure you're checking on elderly and your pets and things like that.
Yeah. And I think we can put it at the bottom of the screen. What I wanted to mention is that we have some QR codes for township information at the bottom of this article, as well as additional information from NASA. And if you scan those QR codes with your phone camera, you'll be able to access those web links and get real up-to-date information, because I feel like some things are constantly changing and evolving as new groups get pulled into the conversation.
You're right.
So I think even up till the day of the event, you know, we might have new information on that page.
Absolutely, yes. And as far as road closures, I know that they are going to try to keep in real time. PennDOT is going to be updating their website, and they are going to, if you have Twitter, they said that's probably the best place for you to get information, because that's live. As soon as they can put something up, it'll be live on there.
Okay, great. Kim, is there anything else that we didn't touch on regarding the eclipse that you want to mention today?
I guess, you know, don't look at the eclipse with your naked eye. I think that we want to, you know, make sure that children are protected that day, and that they know that the real harm could happen to their eyes if they don't use the correct protection. So I just think that we need to really kind of hit that home, that this isn't something that you can even glare up at a few times. There is real danger there. So make sure that you're taking the precautions. And, you know, I think Presque Isle, we all love Presque Isle. I love Presque Isle. But I think we need to be careful, you know, making a plan to go down there would be I think it's going to be a very hectic day. I would probably not do a beach day on April 8th.
Yeah, it still might be a little chilly, so we're not.
That's right.
We're not going to bring out the bathing suits just yet. And I heard something good. I heard, maybe like if you are one of those visitors that venture out, to plan to stay in place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Plan that you're not going to be able to leave immediately following the Eclipse event being over.
That's right, yes. Make a plan. I mean, maybe you get subs and you stay there for 3 hours after the event,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then try to leave, you know?
Right.
That would be a good idea.
Exactly.
You know, our parks, we do have a few parks that you could park in and stay in, of course, here in Millcreek Township. And I know on the Visit Erie website, they do have a map and locations for people that are coming in from out of town. I already know I have a few friends that are hosting people from out of town.
Yeah, and there's a lot of watch parties around town as well. But like I said, I think, and what I have heard as well is that, it won't even really be, blocked by trees. It should be, so high up in the sky that it's really, able to be viewed by everybody. But I think, again, we really just want to push the best view is from home.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Couldn't agree more, Jess.
Yeah. Kim, thank you so much for coming on today and talking about this and preparing our residents. And again, just to know that the township is working so hard behind the scenes, traffic-wise, police department, our traffic department, our street lights, things like that are all, going to, try to run things as seamlessly as possible, but with, again, 50, 60,000 to possibly 200,000. We just don't know.
Yes, we just don't know. So it's best to just be ready for best case scenario. And we do want to showcase what we have here in Erie County, and because we want a lot of these visitors to come back. And I think that we have a lot of businesses that are going to be promoting come back in June, come back in July, come back in August, even in our fall. We have such a beautiful fall here.
Yeah. Oh, Kim, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. This was wonderful, Jess.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Again, viewers, I really just want to hit home again the message that Kim was saying. The best view is from home. I just want everyone to be patient again with the traffic congestion. We know that it's coming, and also have fun on this day. It again is an unprecedented event for us, a total solar eclipse. So I want to thank you for tuning into the Millcreek Government Channel, and until next time, have a great day.